Hi, my name's Mark Ironson and I've been making my living in property for nearly a quarter of a century. I mean, that's a long time. But I started with big houses, conversions, 4-bed houses, HMOs in the mid-90s. But in reality, this stock is perfect. It's in a lower demographic area, not the Bronx. This is actually a working street. Everyone's got a car. They're slightly older cars, but everyone's got one. So they're working families. They're small houses in 2-bed terraces. These ones are Victorian. It doesn't have to be Victorian, but these ones are. Now, on the end of each row, and there's about 60 houses in this street, you'll get a 3-bed, and also if there's a gap between them for the alleyway, then you sometimes get a 3-bed on either side of the gap. But generally speaking, these are 2-bed houses, flat fronted to street, and to refurb them, we spend around £6,000 to £8,500 on them to refurb them, and we're not trying to create a brand new house. These are old houses. These are over 100 years old. Some are 130 years old. So we're not trying to create a brand new house. They're not a new house. What we're trying to create here is a new home for a family to move into. And bear in mind, if they're in the early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, this is their dream home for them. It's their first house and it's their dream. They've always wanted their own place. They might have come from a flat, or they've come from rental, or somewhere cheaper, and then finally moving into a nice enough street, still in a lower demographic area, but it's a nice property that's done out to make themselves a home and grow their families before they move up the ladder into the next one. So these streets are absolutely perfect. I'm on the patch today. These streets are absolutely perfect. What I'm looking for is a motivated seller. So that's someone who's, and there's around 8 scenarios. So that's someone who's getting divorced, someone who's fallen into a bit of a financial hole, someone who's moving up, they've been promoted, someone's migrating to a different part of the country, someone who's no longer wants the property, a probate property, someone that's inherited a property but they don't live here and they don't want the house, someone who has suffered a split. Splits quite often result in a house that is being argued about and stuff. So I'm looking at these scenarios and seeing where I can do a deal and seeing what I can do. It isn't just about buying and renting, or buying and refurbing and selling. Sometimes it's about doing creative deals. Sometimes it's about using what's called vendor finance. So that means getting the property off the vendor and using the vendor as the bank. Sometimes it's doing a creative deal such as a contract purchase. And a contract purchase means that we control the property but we don't own the property, but we collect the rent and the capital growth going forward. So if you're stuck on your property journey, you haven't started yet, you've stalled at 3 properties or under, and you're not sure where to go and where to turn next, then give me a shout. The numbers or the email is on the link below. There'll probably be a form to click on. Click on that, let's have a chat. There's no pitch, there's no hard sell, there's no happy clappy nonsense. If I can genuinely help you on your property journey, then I can put my hand on my heart and I will. If I can't, or I feel I can't, there's no pitch, because it's not a pitch call, it's a chat. So let's have a chat and see if I can help. My name is Mark Ironson. I'm on the patch in North Warwickshire. We're looking at some deals today, see if we can do some deals with some vendors. I'll hopefully speak to you soon. All right, that's Mark signing off.